Do some more. Good job. More. Good job. More. Hard for the rustling of paper. Hard for the rustling of paper. Shows 2. Yes. Well, see if anybody else comes in. But in the process, I'll be making or putting together the rest of my tea, which today from the Bigelow tea brand, it's the vanilla chai. And the cup I chose today is my Wonder Woman. And yes, I am a DC comic and some Marvel superhero. So I like certain superheroes. And what I'm going to do for a sweetener is honey. Just a little. sometimes what I put in my tea might change and stuff. Even gonna put a little creamer in. So it's like just your choice of milk and choice of creamer, just to change it up, and a little teaspoon. Or I can somewhat gauge on how much goes in. Well, make sure my phone was muted so I don't get too many interruptions. Okay. First, I'll start with a little quick morning prayer, greeting. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for waking us up on this realm again. And for those that crossed over to your realm, I know many were greeted with open arms, and the ones that have been waiting for their arrival. For the ones here, pray for them as they lose that connection here. Just be within that part of life in different dimensions. Because I know we have a family here in town that is grieving that separation here today. Just be with them in the capacity or the need, and what they need. Again, thank you for giving us this day to just come together and talk, to be with each other, and bless who comes in and out of this live today, tonight, whenever they come across it. And your graceful and gracious holy name, amen. Okay. Thank you, Dallas. And of course, I'll finish out, or when I do, we can do a big prayer for any and everything. So if there's anything you need, just mention it. If it's just you don't have to go in full detail, just say, send a prayer my way. And that's all you got to do. All right. Okay. Just to kind of key points or iterate what the T is representing, the T.E.A. It's and I did put it in the chat just for an extra reminder. And T is time. The two most powerful warriors we have, or that exists, is patience and time. A lot of it we seem not to have in whatever form or whatever situation that we're put in. Sometimes our patience doesn't exist, but in time, it seems times it's just, it keeps moving. I mean, other people's times, it comes to an end. So just time in general, it's a constant moving. It's constantly moving. It does not stop. So And I guess with that, it kind of goes together, because time doesn't stop. We might can pause something, but time or life of time, it still keeps going. And we just got to find the patience among those times to give time to others. E is encouragement. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Because if we can't believe in ourselves, who else can we believe in? And A is appreciate. Appreciation can make a day, even change a life. Your willingness to put into words is all that is necessary. This is simple thank you. This is all that some people look for, or a good job, or just keep doing what you're doing. However, you can cheer someone on. It's more appreciated than you know. I'm not sure how everybody else functions or kind of needs to keep track of things. You've got like a little, me, I've got like a little notebook just to kind of help jot things down while I'm doing something. Then I got notes to kind of keep me somewhat guided. But yeah, this is my process to my madness, or to my thought process. Let's see. One little thing I did not get. Hang on. Sorry. Try to have everything somewhat together. Okay, there we go. That's okay. Sorry, I usually like to have a somewhat benefit or a little information on my tea that I'm drinking, and I did not have that up. So, okay. And if I remember, and hopefully, as I'm saying it, I'll do this here. Link below in the description, and I'll leave a link for the book that I'm reading out of. If anyone's interested in going back through and reading it on their own, I've done because I've got multiple devotionals for just different parts of life and whatnot. But the one I've been using with this series, and so far it may change. I may grab another, but so far this one's been hitting on exactly what I'm looking for and finding the right devotional. And it comes from the Billy Graham Hope for Each Day, Words of Wisdom and Faith. And I'm sure everyone has their own person that they kind of can use or understand how they present something. And Billy Graham is one of them for me. Just how he presented information for me to understand, and that was aha moments. And like I said, this is a daily devotional, so you have one for every day of the year. So that's why I'm not going devotional or page by page with this. I'm just picking through which one. This it has what it needs or trying to come across. So the title of this is Looking for Lasting Joy. In Romans 15:13, may the God of hope fill you with all joy. In little devotional story. I call them stories because they're just like little, maybe a paragraph or two, so they're not a whole in depth. So I call them stories. How often have you found what you are looking for in life, only to realize that it didn't bring you satisfaction you thought it would? So is there anything that you are looking for or have been looking for, and you realize it didn't bring you as much satisfaction as it should? And I'm sure we all have a form or an item or just that thing that you thought you needed. Is it life ultimate frustration? Thinking we will find fulfillment in the things of this world, but they can never bring lasting happiness. As one bumper sticker I saw explained it, all I want is a little more than I have now. And this was the bumper sticker he saw. We look for love, security, and happiness through our job, our possessions, even our relationships. But if we really when you're trying to read somebody else's work, but if they really brought lasting joy, wouldn't we have testimonies to the effort of millions of people all over the world? Instead, we find emptiness, disconnect, and hopelessness. So has there been any of this? Have you experienced it? And Was it in the love area? Was it a relation? Well, love and relationship. And we even with a job. Try putting Christ first and watch how your life is turned around. You will discover that He alone is the source of the love, peace, and joy you have been searching for. And nowhere am I trying to push this on anyone at Everett, because I know there are multiple beliefs. There's multiple religion. Yes, I follow the Christianity faith. Even more so, I am denominational wise, I am the Pentecost holiness. And no, that's not with the snakes and all that. What some will call the holy rollers. It's just that, yes, we do get, I won't say happy, but we do get excited when we know or can feel the presence of the Lord. And yes, you know when it happens. There is a feeling, and you'll get it until you've first. Good morning, Fish and Local. First, you just got you yourself, and it's more of a relationship than religion for me. But the little hope for today tag is no person, possession, or earthly pleasure can bring us the joy of our soul, what our soul craves. They offer temporary happiness at best. Pure and permanent joy is only found in the presence of Christ. And that is yes, we can temporarily have happiness at occasions, whether it's milestones that your child has gone through, seeing families being reunited. So there is happiness there, but that's in those moments of time. But for your soul to have joy, and that's only through having, even if it's just, they say the mustard seed, you just have a small connection with Christ, that's good enough for Him. He just wants you to, this is a small acknowledgement. And however you allow it to grow and flourish, that's totally up to you how you do that. And again, a disclaimer, I'm not here to push Christianity on anyone. I'm not pushing. I'm just here to hopefully some encouragement, just a little bit of word from Billy Graham. Because I can never do justice of how when he was here presenting. But again, oh, well, this is pretty cool on the back. Actually, that is a verse we read today. How fitting is that? See? That's how things just works out. But cover is a hope for each day. And I know there's other I believe there's a peace and there's a joy books out there, and I think within the same, I guess we'll call them series. I'm not sure how you want to categorize. There we go. Okay. Let's see. And another reason I did end up coming live is that our things changed for this evening, so I may not be able to be live tonight. So figure I come on live today or a little bit this morning. So it does. So I'll be on a little longer than I had originally planned for this. So, have any questions or anything you want to talk about? And no, it doesn't have to be topic related. It could be anything. It could be about the weather, future projects. So do feel free. Hmm. Thought I did. And yes, I'm playing around with StreamYard. So huh. Interesting. Hopefully everyone's having a good morning. Virtual background. Okay, cool. Okay. Are you a hungry panda? What are you doing? Okay. Oh, yeah, wait. You want water? Yeah. Okay. I'm still here if anybody comes in and out. I'm just going to try to... Wait. Ice cream. You're not getting ice cream. Not yet, anyway. Oh, we have a train coming through. You might be able to hear it. Yeah. Mama. Bye. Yeah. You want water? No. No. Hey, Tommy Prepper. You want juice? No. You want milk? No. What do you want? Hang on, guys. What do you want? Hurry up. No. You're not getting... What do you want to drink? I just asked you orange juice. You want orange juice? What do you want to drink? No, I can't have... Hey. And where's you? Here. Take a juice. Okay. They put Put it on your table. Yeah, be careful. Hmm. What do you cook? Oh, you making letter soup? Oh, okay. She's making everyone letter soup. She's taking the alphabet letters off the refrigerator, put them in a little pot, and she's making soup with them. So. Mm-hmm. Definitely on the time aspect of tea, I wish time would slow down, because watching her grow up it's going by way too fast. Oh, goodness. What letters did you bring? Yum. Alright. Go color or play. So I'm not sure how long I'll be on. I did just want to come on live this morning. I thought about doing a premiere with it and in that way, but it just didn't feel right. So here we are. But because I know I had originally planned to come on. Hello, Outlaw. No, you go color. Or go play in your kitchen, please. And then trying to encourage her to stay in her room or not have what she likes to listen to loud. It's the letter soup is ready. Okay. Panda. Panda. Can you go cook in your kitchen, please? You can take that pot with you. You can take that. Yep. You can take it all with you. Take your spoons. Get your measuring spoon. Oh, good job. Now you can leave the juice. Oh, you got a plate? Okay. You can take it out to your kitchen? Woo! Well, use both hands. Good job. Good job. Look at your girl muscles. Woo! Good job, babe. And yes, she has a play kitchen in her room. So she might get out there. like the whole aspect of time I mentioned earlier. And again, I wish it would slow down. But oh, good job. I know if you just thank you, Outlaw. I'm pretty sure you will have heard or mention about the devotional I did. It's from Billy Graham's devotional. Your fur babies. Okay. What kind of fur babies do you have? We have currently, and so far he's still with us. His name is Banks, and he's a. I think we've determined he's definitely a Springer mix, but because he has because he is spotted, but it is on his skin. I know that's more of a Dalmatian trait, so I'm not sure. Billy, he's amazing. I wish I was would have been able to watch him live and in person, and but I have like through videos and stuff watched them and stuff, but he's one I can definitely go to and get some good inspiration and ideas, and just in the night how he presents things. Good morning, Big Matt. He's saying good morning too. Well, she's making her letter soup. It's not alphabet soup no more. It's letter soup. Two Labrador, Charcoal, and Mandy. Okay. Cute. Yes, Panda. You did what? The joys of being home alone with your little one. Yeah, especially because she likes having her music and her TV and tablet and stuff, and trying not to have it too terribly loud, unless I put all that information in the description. What do you got? You got a panda and a ball. Who are you going to shoot that at? If you're wondering what she's... Let me show it. It's a panda with one of those little push... No, I don't think this is the right one for him. Or it could be. I don't know. But you say so. Squeeze it and it pops out. Hey, we ought to do this with Daddy. You think? I see. You did a good job. Can you go shoot it at your bedroom door? Don't. Okay. That's good to hear, Outlaw. Usually they do tend to rescue us. Well, you need help? I can't push it all the way in there, babe. Hmm.
Ow.
How's everyone faring with weather these days? I think it was Wednesday, Thursday. It was relatively warm, and today is right back cold. You got baby? Mwah. There you go. Welcome to Tea Time with Coastal and Panda in the background. I know, it's funny. And don't forget, if you hit, yep, type in adventure. You should, or your, channel hopefully will drop. Yeah, you are funny. Not so far in, babe. Cold, very cold. I'm hoping it warms up just a tad bit more because I like to work on the flower bed, our big flower bed that we have. Cool. All right, Nightbot is awake. The Adventures with Panda. Okay, cool. And I am still subscribed to you, Outlaw. Because it's been, I don't know if it might be on YouTube side of things. So every now and then I'll go check, make sure I'm still subscribed, and sometimes I have to re-subscribe. But I'm still connected to you, Outlaw. Oh, look at a puppy. Cute. And yes, every dog, even though it might be a 15-year-old, they're all still puppies. Still babies. $90 degrees and sunny. At least the sunny part's okay. I think we're fine. So far, we are at 41 and sunny. And it's at 10:48 here. So hopefully. Oh no. Hi.
Good morning.
Morning. Oh goodness.
Since you got to get me up early.
I know.
Where's your husband hiding at?
He is taking concrete testing and certifications at work. So he's working and getting certifications done today.
Good morning, Miss Panda.
Yep. So it's a lively house, livelier house.
Yep. I had to get up this morning and bust ice out of water troughs and get animals taken care of. And so I'm sitting inside thawing out now.
That's good.
And y'all still ain't really cold yet, are you?
I think it got what? I don't know what did it get to last night. Oh Lord, I ain't going through all that. Anyways, it's still too cold. Nah, I could probably go out there and do some, at least break up the ground and stuff in the flower bed area. And the birds might appreciate some more seed.
So what's your subject this morning?
Well, my devotional piece was about finding or looking for lasting joy. It's not just your everyday earthly pleasures and stuff, but they can offer the temporary happiness, but to find permanent joy for your soul side of things.
Well, yours just popped off your lap.
Yep. She is definitely that. And I would say she is a walking testimony of the things. You okay? You okay? Was something scary? Did you see a butterfly? Or something flying? It's okay. Is it gone now? Yeah, okay. She has one of the sensory things that she freaks out with. If someone wants to give her a toy, and if it's like those animated toys, and if it's already animated, she want nothing to do with it. It's that she's not controlling it because it's coming at her. She won't have nothing to do with it. But if you sit it down, and let her come to it, she's fine. Or if you show her, but before you mash the button or anything to activate it, if you kind of do like a little countdown, that way she's getting prepared for something to act or make a noise and stuff, she's fine. And it's kind of hard to explain even to my mama and different ones, like when they want to give her a toy, she freaks out. And like certain cartoons and stuff, so it's like a butterfly or something flying at the screen. So that's a little bit about that.
It happens.
Man, is just talking to be talking, I guess. Because I don't think I'll be on live tonight. So I turned this into the live.
Well, don't tell Backlash that, because then he'll be like, I'm going live.
Actually, it's his doing. Well, not his doing, but his mom's birthday is this weekend, so we're going to go see them tonight. So we're going down there.
Well, I think tonight I'm gonna go stay at a motel room. so I can get some sleep. Well, the
And
last 2 nights I've been on, last 2 nights and yesterday, and most of probably today, I've been on ice duty. And if power goes out, I got to switch everything over to the generator. And so I had pretty much been up 2 days straight.
mm.
So the things we do for our family.
Yes, you do.
But I've had about enough of my in-laws to last me a lifetime just in the last 2 days. So I came to my house because we all stayed up front the last 2 nights,
uh,
because the temperatures being as cold as they are, and we figured one house running a generator and everybody there, you
right.
know. But we got all of our powers back on, and we only lost it for about 4.5 hours, just long enough to make it cold.
Right.
Uh, but I came after breaking ice. I just fired up the heater in my house, and I'm sitting in my own chair. I'm like, I might just take a nap right here and not say nothing to nobody where I'm at or anything. Just turn everything off and take a nap.
Oh yeah, we've had moments like that. I think it was Hurricane Irene that came through. One of the many hurricanes. Um, because one of the tree, our big oak tree fell. And of course, it took the power lines to the point where it snatched it from the house. So we really didn't have lights a lot longer than the rest of the family did. And for about two weeks, we were either at my brother. Well, we all ended up at my brother's because he had the big generator. My mom and sister already lost power with them, so we all went to my brother's. He looked at me. I said, "Your fault. You only got the big generator." When we all got there, and of course we had to be a little longer, so we had to get our lines connected. I love my mama, but sometimes you can only love them but so long, and under
Mm.
one house. Oh,
Well, I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that we have all these animals here, we probably went up the countryside, before all this stuff happened, and just stayed there. But before we go stay there for any length of period of time, I have to get internet out there. Hey, it's not my fault. I can't go without YouTube more than a day.
hmm.
If I do, my phone will literally be blowing up.
Where you at?
It's,
You okay? You haven't seen you in a couple of
yep,
days.
exactly. So, like I told, Backlash sent me a message the other day, and I messaged him and I messaged Steve and said, "Hey, I'll be in your lives as soon as my power comes back."
Mhm.
Because I didn't have internet and I didn't want to run my phone dead or my tablet. And yeah, within 10, 15 minutes of that, everybody else started texting and calling me. I'm like, trying to figure out who said what. Of course, it was Steve. Backlash was like, messaged me. He's like, "Well, hope everything works out for you and you get power back soon." And then I went through all the hassles of getting everything ready, and I started the generator and was fixing to plug the plug in, and I looked in my sister-in-law's house. The light on the porch came back on,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Son of a!" So,
It's like the year that happened, we didn't have a generator, and then we ended up getting one, and it's like ever since then we hadn't needed to use it. I'm like, really? So we have a practically new generator sitting in the barn, not haven't been used yet.
Yeah. I don't
Uh,
know. Sorry. Excuse me.
oh, you're fine. I mean, if it wasn't for a panda, hopefully we could have been still in bed. But
Yeah. Blame it on Panda.
I will, because we had
Well,
a sister.
my son must be going through a growth spurt because he fell asleep the night before last at about in between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock p.m. and he slept. He didn't wake up yesterday morning until I woke him up around 8 o'clock so he could take his medicine. And he took his medicine, set up long enough to get up, walk in the other room, and lay down in the bed, and was out until I woke him up for supper last night.
Oh goodness.
And he ate supper, was up until probably 9, 10 o'clock, and was asleep in the chair right beside me. I was like, so I think he's going through a growth spurt. But then he was up bright and early this morning. He was the first one. He came in there. He's like, "Dad, I'll come wake you up if the power goes out." I'm like, "Well, I'm already awake, and the sun lights up. So if I see the sun come up, I ain't sleeping."
Man, but I did try to get her. She did lay back down for because normally we get up about 6 and start getting ready for school and work. So that's just internal clock set regardless. So I had to remind myself and her. I was like, let's work for another hour. Let's try to sleep another hour at least. If nothing else, lay in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
I am not ready to be functional right now. And of course, let's see, what time did he leave? I think he left around 5. I think. I'm like, really?
See, that's too early in the morning for me.
Yeah. And plus, of course, where he goes is in Raleigh, so that's like a 2-hour drive from us. And different ones like, you work that far from your home. He's like, they pay for the truck, they pay for the gas. It's not wear and tear on his vehicle. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Well, like the same year that I bought this property, I was working almost a little over an hour and a half from here,
Mhm.
and I got up every morning and went to work, and you know, it. The only thing that changed for me was in the afternoon time. See, I worked at a sand pit. I was a heavy equipment operator, and
Mhm.
the only thing that changed for me is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the boss man couldn't bring me any beer because, well, there was just too many state troopers that I drove past.
That can do it.
Didn't want to take no chances. But it was cool because he fed us lunch. He'd cook us all kinds of just about anything.
Oh yeah. Because my dad and brother both have been in the construction world and different jobs and different variations. I think my dad, what do you hold on? He pipe fitted, welded. So okay, because I hear a bunch every time we go by different plants stuff. He's like, I was in that plant. I did. I know you didn't tell me 10 times you worked in that plant. Oh, at least you can still remember it. So that's a good thing, I guess. But
Mm-hmm.
and then like hearing the stories, like when they all get whatever job site they're on, um, somebody was bringing, um, Because my dad, he's also known for cooking. So, I tell him that if they brought it, he would cook it and stuff. So they had everything. Some nights, from steak to different stews and chilies, and yeah. I said, did y'all work or eat?
Yeah. So, anyways, well, I'm gonna pop back down to the chat. I just figured
Okay.
I'd come up since everybody else was scared to come up here. Even Zombie was scared to come up here.
I know.
The Walking Dead's not supposed to be scared of anything. I bet he comes up here now.
Is a Walking Dead to knock you out? uh,
Many have tried and many have failed. I got a thick hard head. It must be something with Matt's.
uh, uh, yeah. I can't. Well, I guess I'm on the stubborn side of things.
Heard something beeping. I was like,
They're coming for you.
no, it's the dog. She's mad at me.
We did have a running thing. Because some reason we got on the thing about aliens a while back, like UFOs and stuff, and every time we get together, like family, whatever, gets together, and one of them's like, "I keep hearing things." I was like, they're coming back for you. Oh,
Yeah. No,
you spike them
she's
up.
she's mad at me because I let her go with me to break the ice out of the water.
Uh-huh.
And it's a beagle. And so she's out there rolling in the ice in the water, playing. And I'm like, so I couldn't leave her outside because she was wet and she ain't got no hair, to keep her warm, really. And
Yeah,
so I brought her back in the house, but I put her in the kennel and she's like, I don't want to be in here.
yeah. Beagles and the notorious dogs. We had a sense. We had to give. Well, he went back to his brothers. The guy did raising for hunting rabbits. And we kind of, in a sense, fattened him up, got him in shape, I guess. And the last year that we had him, he just kept keep getting out, and keep bugging banks. And I'm like, you know what? Let's send him back to his brothers, get his energy out, and we're just kind of
Hello.
making him
Hello
happy
said I
here.
need propane and not have. I put on there, it's better to have and not need than need not have. I was talking about he's having your generator. I said, it's a lot better to have it and not need it than to
Yep.
need it and not have it.
Yeah. Whenever the first time I seen that we were going to have this Arctic blast in the Farmer's Almanac, I went and filled up all my propane and got gas and diesel stored. And my wife the other night was like, we got to go to the store and get gas for the generator. And I'm like, shh. And she's like, but we do. I said, no, we don't. I've had it stashed for over a month. I have to hide it from my father-in-law because he'll find, got to put gas in the lawnmower to drive 2 feet.
Well, I filled all my gas cans up, and it never bothers me to do that, or my propane. I've got like, I think 4 or 5 of the 20-pound cylinders, and whatever they are, the grill type cylinders. That never bothers me to spend that money because I know I'll use it through my lawnmower, my 4-wheeler, and my gas, and I'm going to grill we stay get-togethers outside all the time through the years. So that's just rotated in and out.
Well, see, because I have a propane forge, so I keep my propane tanks full. Because I don't live close enough to any coal mines to get coal. To order it and ship it here, it's cheaper for me to get propane.
Yeah. I tell you what, the coal mines are getting fewer and further between.
My wife's aunt tells me all the time. She's like, "Well, you should come down here, and then when you need coal, just go walk on the beach." She lives in Alaska,
Mm-hmm.
and they literally have it all over the beach.
Yeah. It washes out of the stratus. It's all exposed where the water washes up and exposes it. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh my.
Whew.
No propane for
5 years now. Oh wow.
Well, see, and I have 2 kerosene heaters, the old school ones, um, and then I have a couple of propane heaters, but I also have a wood burning stove that I manufactured a deal to go in the window, so that if we lose power again, I can carry it in the house instead of using it in the shop, and set it up where I can run the pipe right out the window and get a fire going. Because I'm like, after last year, I'm not getting I'm not getting caught with my pants down again.
Yeah, I put a wood burner in my house, which I started to do that when I built it, and so I had the place, where I knew I thought about actually going to put a fireplace in, and I thought, well, if I ever wanted to put an insert, but I ended up just after the 2009 ice storm we had. It was a struggle enough to try to stay warm because all I had was electric heat. And I did manage to keep some electric heaters running, but when it got real cold, they wouldn't. There's no way. So we ended up getting a propane heater, the ventless kind and ran it off of tanks. And man, they didn't last very long either. But we got through. And I swore I wouldn't get caught again. So I knew I put that wood burner in, and we got fell wood. We keep several loads of wood split and seasoned and ready. I'm gonna stay warm.
So, well, that's we had, like I said, I had the kerosene heaters and stuff, but 3 days without power and just running a kerosene heater, and then the next thing you know, it's like it's not keeping up, and then you reach over there to fill it up, and you pick up the kerosene, and it's empty, and you're like,
yeah. The one thing I will say, I've got the, I don't know what to call it, but the round kerosene heater, just, it's 360 heat. And I don't know how much it holds, but it's like maybe a gallon or two it'll hold at a time, but it is very efficient. As far as I kept it, it's always, something strange happens and I have some kind of fault in my piping or, my chimney pipe that goes out. I've still got that too.
Yeah. But my problem is unless you're the one filling it up, you don't know how much is there. And then when you run out in the middle of no power, there's no stores open where you can get it.
Yeah.
And it's like, doesn't do you any good.
Well, that's 2009. We kind of went through that here for the first few days, it was hard to get anything. Propane you could get because they didn't have electricity, so they couldn't pump, but they did have gravity feed. And kerosene, you could only get whatever was able to be gravity or pressure flow. I don't know how they did it. And then a lot of them got their generators and got to where they could pump it. But it was difficult. The very first 3 or 4 days were real. And I had not been really prepping, what I call prepping. But we were ready. We had generator and had gas. Did have some gas cans, but nothing. Nothing. But never, just the thought never enters your mind that you're going to have an extended power outage. And so it was a good lesson. But you had what's the name of your devotional book you use? It's Billy Graham.
It's Billy Graham, the Hope for Each Day. And
Hope
it's
for each day.
For each day, because I know there's a peace for each day, joy for each day, but it is a traditional daily devotional. So every day of the year, you have a different devotion.
Isn't it neat though how so many times though, I know that was preset and put out, but the times that you'll open it and you think, man, that just really is what I need today though. And that devotion just kind of gives you that, it helps whatever situation you're dealing with.
It will.
I tell you what, right now, so many, and you add on top of this, you put people locked. We've always been through all the stuff we've been through, and the people shut down with the snow and the ice, and stuck in even more. It's people are really fighting depression and that dark place, and trying to, and going through things. People struggling to make ends meet. Things keep going up. And but just to have that reminder that what, the God that got you through all the yesterdays is the same God that'll get you through all the todays and tomorrows if they're there, some way somehow. It's not always rosy, but life's a gift. It really is. Even when it's hard, it's a gift that we've been able to be here and have the people that we have.
Yep. Because my best right now life testimony is watching Panda and all the things she's went through and is going through. You wouldn't imagine, or when you look at her, you don't see that she was on a feeding tube for so many years. Not so, excuse me, so many months. Her swallowing, because that was like the initial issue of her aspiration and swallowing, is that all her muscles wasn't fully developed because she did come early. So going to the therapies and stuff, and not having to go in and surgically fix it, just letting it take its time to keep growing. They did like little I forgot what it's called, but they put little kind of like the pulse type thing around here to help build or to get the muscles working. And then this was when her swallow therapy, and every time they did like just a little bit of water, that way she has that feel going. But to know that somewhat being moved, they do a little pulse thing, and then they'll slowly give her some liquid to her swallowing ability, that it could, and it might go to her lungs. So with them using water, since that's like a natural thing in the body anyway, that hopefully it would be able to
encourage it to switch over when it needs to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't and only did a little bit so it wouldn't, if any went to her lungs, it wouldn't settle in her lungs too much.
Wow.
Because
resilient. She's quite the resilient one, isn't she?
she is. Because the first two, because she was in special care for about close to 2 months. And of course at that time when they were feeding her, it was through the nasal passage. And they did a swallow study that day, and they did the X-ray and everything just to see where everything was going, just to see how she was, and to experience her, and then coming back, they said she hasn't been able to cough it up, or her lungs aren't responding yet. So keep an eye on her. So if it was a settle, and of course, I know nurses. We had great nurses, and know everybody can't be there 24/7. They're with her. So and within like 5 minutes of them leaving, she started turning blue. That water that they give her to do the test and stuff, but she wasn't able to cough it up. So they knew at some point it would settle in her lungs. And she started turning blue. Then, of course, trying not to freak out. It's like, okay, get my nurses back in here so we can help beat it out and get it out. That experience, that moment, I was like, okay, we got to find a different way of, one, getting her fed or trying to get her home, and how we're going to feed her when she gets home. Because we knew then that process is going to be a lot longer than the 4 months in the hospital. So that's when we started looking into the G-tube world and pumps and all that.
Wow. Look at her right now. Just a picture, just like a picture of health, doesn't she? I mean, she's come through a lot.
She has.
Would never know it. That's kind of goes with the thought. You can never, by looking at somebody, you can never judge, what they're going through or what they've been through. It's but the testament is really kind of like, where are you at today?
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord brought y'all a long way with that.
Yeah, so it was March of 2019, her last, and we still did like monthly, yearly swallow studies, because because I think at that point we can use the thicket to help thicken up some her liquids, because anything water thin she will still aspirate with. So and in March is when we had our last swallow study, and they did the thin waters. And when because it was, we were able to watch, because in a separate room watching the X-ray, and it's amazing when she's swallowing where it goes or where it was going. And like every study we went to, they did the different thicknesses and stuff, and when it went to lung or went down the throat, we were like pausing and getting excited. And then as soon as it went down to, we were like, so close.
Oh.
And then in March, that's like when we passed everything, the radiologist lady, because she had been with us every step, her swallow therapy lady, Miss Amanda, when it finally went the right, it was like a celebration. It was like so much, everybody we were just like, did it go? We were just like so excited. And then she's like, and then of course, like ice cream, that's why we celebrate ice cream. That was like the last once we passed that prairie thin, we were good for ice cream. So they're like, okay, time for some ice cream parties.
Yeah. It's
So,
awesome though.
So she is definitely
Oh,
a lasting joy. You need a snack? Come here. I get you have a
I
snack.
can't even imagine my life without my kids, or especially now my grandkids.
Here you go.
I I think
I got two more. Okay.
the Bible says that a man's joy does not consist in the abundance of the things he possesses, and it doesn't. Joy. My joy of life is if it was. I mean, I there's a lot of people have a whole lot more than me, and there are a whole lot of people have a lot less far as material. But there's nobody got no more riches and joy than I have by what God's my gifts, my treasures aren't won't you can't they can't be bought with prices. And my kids and my babies are they're my I tell you that the good Lord has been good to me. I prayed many times through the years things be going on, and we would going through some hard things. And I remember walking through we had a little small double wide trailer and
Come on, let's just.
small home, a little small home, but just full of love. And we were going through some pretty hard times. And I remember walking through it at night, and I remember just praying and saying, "All right, Lord, as long as I got you, and I've got them. If it ain't nothing but a cardboard box and them, I got everything I need." And of course, He's always got us through. But that's the Bible says where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. And that's where my treasures are at. My kids, my grandkids, my people, my in my life, and God's given me there's my joy.
Mm-hmm. And he'll prepare, or he'll find a way for you to get what you're asking. Like the house we're in now. The house next door, we're renting it, and we're maybe our third year in the marriage, and we're renting. We were like, we wanted to find something, and we kind of like this area. It was kind of mutual for everything, with not being in the big city. Of course, my family, everybody's literally down the road from us. I was like, well, if you have to move closer to yours, it's fine. But if you would like to stay in this area, I won't want to force him to stay here if he wanted to get closer to his family. He said, no, I like this area, and it's not too far from his. And so when this house came on the market, the gentleman or the family who owns it, I babysitted their son a couple years back. And we went up to him. I said, Mr. House, and his last name is House. I said, because at that time my credit was not the best. I was like, what can we, how, is there a way what is your ideal person for this house? And how would you be able to work with us and stuff? He's like, well, we can do what's the rent to own. There you go. And so we went through that. We ended up able to do a 15-year loan here, paying the same price we were renting, and the price we pay is a lot cheaper compared to, especially in Greenville areas and stuff. So we didn't have to go up on what we were paying. So that was a big blessing. And the biggest interesting story of this house, when my mom and my dad because they originally lived in a different city. My dad being a construction worker, eventually they had to move here and there. Uh, they had my older sister and older brother. They were 1 and 2. I think they were young. They literally just had them. This was the house that they started in when they moved to this town. So it was kind of a big turnaround. And this is our first house that we started as a trying to build credit, build a family, build life. This is our first house. It was their first house.
No.
And then when my mom and them get to come, and it's kind of fitting for me that they can come back to this house. They can say, well, we lived in that, or that was our bedroom. My sister and brother shared a room because at the time I had 2 uncles, an uncle from my mom's side and an uncle from my daddy's side. Also stayed with them while they were trying to find their place to be, so they stayed here for a little bit. So yeah, this house has helped many people.
That's awesome.
It's finally starting to get warm in here.
Oh, we're at 42, and it's still sunny.
We're still sitting at 19, but it's very sunny.
So I take the sunshine.
Well, even the sunshine just makes you feel better walking outside. Even if it's 19 degrees, it just feels good walking in the sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I first walked in here, I could literally see my breath.
Oh my gosh! How long has your power been off?
My power was off for about 4 hours. Yes, day before yesterday, because of a wreck. We actually, besides that, we didn't lose power. But we shut everything off. All the water and stuff was shut off to everyone's to the other 2 houses on the property, and we all stayed in one. So, and I absolutely refuse to leave a heater on if there's no one at home. Yeah, because we don't have central heating air. So I've seen too many houses burn down because of it. So, but yep. But I went and busted all the ice out of water troughs and stuff, and I'm like, I didn't want to go back up there with everybody else, so I came to my house.
I'd be sending out the search party for you.
I'm not worried about it. They won't find me.
How many acres? How many acres you on there, Matt?
Here we have 35.
35. So you're what? You're on the outskirts of
everything.
Of everything. So you're kind of rural too, then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's. I love having my elbow room.
I mean, the closest like city type town we have is about 15 minutes in any direction. So
our biggest, as I mentioned, Greenville, it's about 30 minutes away on a good day. If you don't have state troopers, because I have the time because with her school, and luckily I have an awesome, well, my type of job allows me able to leave work, go to her school, pick her up, and bring her back home. And each way it's like, it takes roughly leaving to go pick her up at 2, be here by 2:20, and then be back at work at 3. So it takes a little bit of maneuvering to get to each point.
That's we're pretty rural, but I'm about 20 minutes north, south, east, west to a larger. Well, we don't have any large cities. The largest city to me right now would be Owensboro in Kentucky, and it's 50,000 people maybe. So it's compared to big cities, that's a town, And of course, I'm about 2 hours from Louisville, which that's a pretty good sized city there. But
well, if we go out to the property that we have out in the country, I have land in Winchester, Texas, which is about 2.5, almost 3 hours from here. If I go out there, if you want to go to town, it's an hour, over an hour to go to town, and it's not very big. In the town that we live in, literally you have the gas station, post office box, restaurant, bar, grill, and basically it's all in one thing in the middle of town.
Do you have a grocery store?
That is the grocery store.
That is okay. Because the Piggly Wiggly I showed in Ryan's if it showed, I'm not sure if it did because I was cutting in and out. That was our grocery store. We lost that. The Piggly Wiggly. That's been away probably more than 5 years now. Probably longer than that. But the only closest food line is in the next town over, and it's about 10 minutes away. But we do have Italian restaurant, Dollar General. We just did get a Family Dollar, and we have a breakfast lunch place, and that's about it.
Yeah. And and other than that being the grocery store, we can drive 30 minutes to Smithville to the Piggly Wiggly, and that's literally all they have is a Piggly Wiggly and a tobacco store in the same parking lot. There's like a barbecue stand just a little ways from it. As far as restaurants, that's all you got.
Dang. Well, that's we've got. I have now Owensboro's. It's full of restaurants. That's all the town. I mean, it has industry, but it's just restaurant after restaurant. I think it's what everybody does. They just swap money at each other's restaurants. But I mean, but there's Kroger's, Sam's Club. Of course, it's not big enough to eat. We don't have a Costco. I have a Costco membership, but I drive all the way to Evansville, Indiana, to get to go to Costco. And I was excited when they got a Costco there because I just the closest one to me before that was 2 hours away down and around Nashville, and so I was glad to get a Costco within 45 minutes or so of me, maybe about an hour. But
I've never been in a Costco. There's one about 20 minutes north of me, but I've never been in.
Our closest might be in Raleigh, so that's a 2-hour drive.
Well, of course, there are Costco's that have. I don't know if it's because of the viruses, that they don't have But you go in, like if you want to get your grains, you can just scoop your grains. If you wanted wheat berries, you get wheat berries. If you wanted oats, you can dip out your oats. If you wanted, beans, navy beans, pinto beans, you scoop them, fill your bags up, get them that way, however bulky you wanted them.
Mm-hmm.
And but this one up here doesn't have that, so I don't know if it's a lot larger
Okay.
area or if
No.
they don't do that because of
It's on nutrition. It's in your tummy. Okay.
the virus.
No telling.
Eliminating any chance of.
So we got to go with Sam's because like Greenville's like our bigger, not big as Raleigh, but it's got it's more convenient and got everything. Of course, like the hospital and a bunch of eating places, so we can, if we choose to drive back into that way, there's a lot of options there for us.
You have Aldi's in your area?
Yes, I love it.
I love Aldi's. That's hard to beat Aldi's. We stop a lot though. But we have a local grocer in my area, and matter of fact, I'll be doing an interview with him. I have a few years back. I used to have I had a small, well, about the same size channel as I got now, but I had a channel that I was starting, and I would talk to him about food shortages then. So there have been a few food shortage scenario for 3 or 4 years now, that everybody's talking about. But this guy keeps about everything we could actually want, and the prices are pretty good to be close. But man, when you really gotta go and shop good, it's hard to beat all these. Just
oh yes. So if we do like if I know we're gonna do shopping at Aldi, I kind of wait for Sunday because literally, if you leave out of our church parking lot, it's like maybe just a few stores down from it.
because I'm just so ready to start my seeds and get ready to start getting my garden out and just be glad winter's over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because even at 42, I know it's not ideal. I want to go out there and start breaking up the flower beds and get them ready. I'm just like, I want to get out there and do something.
Outlaw, what state are you in, Outlaw?
What was that?
I was asking Outlaw Creative what state they were in.
Sorry, I was yawning.
It's okay.
I'm fixing, when I get off of here, I'm going to go take me a nap. If I don't take one right here in my chair.
If he falls asleep, make sure you kill his feed. We don't want him catching flies in front of us. I about fell asleep the other night on Matt and them.
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
One of my nephews, we were is my brother's son. We're at his house. My brother's watching a football game, and Arkansas was playing. He's like, "It's Arkansas." So I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What did you call it?" And he was straight up serious when he said, "I'm just like Arkansas." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "What are they teaching you in school?" And he's like,
he must be going to zombie school.
It may be.
And fun enough, his name is Matt.
He gets that from your side. He gets that from the Matt
on zombie again. Yeah. Throw that on me.
But he's like, this is like when he was little, but now he's like 22 and taller than me, and it's still crack up about that. I'm like, what is that team called? He's, but yeah.
Was that Scooby Pig? Razorbacks.
Yes, I do watch football, so yeah.
What's a? Oh my God! I watched a movie about a guy that went to. He walked on to play football there. Ended up being an All-American. Wasn't a Lord God? It was a great movie. It was a great movie.
Was it Kurt Warner? Why am I thinking Kurt?
No. He ended up dying. Was it who did he got drafted by? Was it Indianapolis? And died before he really got his professional career going. But it was anyhow just how hard he worked and fought and his faith. You know, the thing about how much he affected everybody around him.
Well, that's like Rudy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Rudy. And I liked though. Of course, it wasn't going to college, but I liked the story about Popovich that was 40 years old, went to try out for the Eagles. Just them that human spirit of determination, you know, to succeed. Do we lose Lashes?
I think so.
That's really greater. Welcome, Brandon Bursworth in the movie Greater. Does that sound? I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna jump off of here. Let you. I don't want to bring too much football talking to you.
It's fine now.
It's tea time.
But I'll probably start closing out anyway. Cause since we're gonna go see Matt's parents tonight. Since it's her birthday, I feel we probably won't be live tonight.
Oh.
So I figured go ahead and.
We are all healing up, cleared out on our quarantines, and I am prime rib bound this evening. We're ready to get out of the house. So.
Oh yes, that cabin fever is a thing.
Oh yeah. I don't care if I go buy a bologna sandwich somewhere.
Get out.
What's that? Just get out. That's right. Get out of the house. It's
if you just have to walk
we'll fight
a mile
over
to your mailbox. Just get out.
Never end it. Oh. I enjoy sports. I'm more of the collegiate sport fan. I don't know why I do. No. I've gotten to where I start watching when my son got older. He's a big golfer and pro football fan. But I love outdoor sports. I love fishing and hunting, and I'm a big college basketball fan and football fan, and I do. I like all sports. I guess I might as well be honest.
Yeah. But, I'm not watching.
I like them. I'm not any good at them.
Yep.
And maybe I like watching them because I know I'm not any good.
I do have we have a feeling that Panda may I swear when I was carrying her, she was all the time kicking. And I was like, either you're gonna be a cheerleader or you're gonna be a soccer player.
Soccer player. Yeah.
And she's I think they've been doing that in school the last couple weeks, and we were one of the days that was decent, we were out and she kicked it. I was like, girl, okay. You got a little oomph behind
There you
that leg.
go. My little granddaughter loves going to dance. It's a dance part of, we call it gymnastics and dance kind of mix class that she goes to. Well, she's just 4 years old.
Oh yeah.
But she just thinks she's dancing up the world. She kick a little leg and a little foot out there. But love to watch them. You know, it's good to have kids active. You know, we were talking the other day about, you know, when we were kids, you know, streets were covered up with bicycles, and you know, I mean, you just everywhere you went, there's kids riding bikes and out playing ball, and you don't see near as much of that. You know, not just I'm talking even pre the virus. You know, but I have noticed the last couple of years during the virus, during this pandemic, I've watched a lot of more kids out. I have watched a lot more kids getting outside.
Right.
And so it's good for them. Listen, I'm gonna bounce off of here.
Okay.
God bless you.
Thank you for coming up.
And tell Matthew we said hello.
I will. He should be finishing up. If anyone wonders, Backlash, you may have heard that name, or Matthew's my husband.
Bye, zombie.
But I'll probably start closing out and in and out.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna hop back down to the chat.
All right.
Make sure you give your husband a hard time for me.
I will.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh wow, it's been a fun. Oh goodness, what 2-ish plus hours? Just kind of recap on things and just finish out. Since we are talking about or tea, is a somewhat topic. It's the vanilla chai with my tea. The book I'm using is the Billy Graham Hope, and I'll after getting off, I'll link everything in the description. Yep, that's what it'll be. I just want to pull a little something from the verse. May the God of hope fill you with joy. Romans 15:13. And I thought it was fitting that how that verse is on the back of this book. So it's just kind of how things just put together. And reread for the hope for today. No person, possession, or earthly pleasure can bring us the joy our souls crave. They offer temporary happiness at best. Pure and permanent joy is only found in the presence of Christ. And that is for our soul to be is what our soul craves, because my thought on that is that our soul came from heaven when of it all. I was like, so our soul needs that connection. However, like I said, how small it you allow it to be, it will do its work. If you just give it just a teeny tiny bit, like little mustard seed. What's that? Since we're talking about seeds, I wish I had a little mustard seed to show the size comparison. If you just had that little bit of awareness of Christ in you, it will do what it needs to. And to reiterate what T.E.A. is representing is time for T, encouragement for E, and appreciate. And with okay, let's do this. Let's end this out with prayer. And here we go. Thank you, Lord. Today I give you thanks for the blessings you have given me, for the kind people you have placed in my path, the beauty that exists all around me, and for the gentle mercies and grace that that are part of each fresh new day. I will sing your praises. So thankful that you're in my life. And with that, I give you the greatest of amens. Whew. Well, I hope y'all have fun today. And take time to encourage and appreciate those around you, because I do appreciate everyone that's took time to come in. And if you continue to come through after this shuts down, thank you. And hopefully we can see you in the next live. If not, just thank you for coming in. Have a good Saturday here. If you're in the Eastern, or if you're in the States, it'll be Saturday. Wherever else you are watching this, since I know some will be ahead of us, have a beautiful day or a wonderful night, depending on your time zone. And take a moment to enjoy and find your lasting joy. What brings you joy? And with that, have a good day, night,